Ex-vegans, why did you start eating meat again? I still eat mostly vegetarian food and have done all my life. However, my husband was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis and celiac, which means that a high fiber / lower iron diet is not an option, and a lot of the substitutes aren't gluten free. More often than not, when he has meat I'll leave it or have the veggie equivalent, but there are just not enough hours in the day to make 2 separate lasagnes and sauce, etc. I'm still as veggie as possible, but I moved to a country where is 10,000% harder to be vegan, Japan. This is mostly due to not knowing a ton of Japanese and the fact that there is fish or meat in so many restaurant foods, and the culture here isn't like in America, where you can ask for items to be removed or substitutions. Not that my Japanese ability would allow me to do that anyway. Even the sauces, like oyster sauce, they're everywhere. I feel you. I'm not vegan, but I can imagine your struggles. The food in Japan was so good, though. Got a genetic illness which makes me permanently anemic. My body only absorbs a tiny amount of iron from food, and that amount is burned pretty fast. Turns out it doesn't help to cut that tiny amount as well. Also, I didn't replace the meat, I just left it out, so I basically ate less food. Edit. The genetic mutation I have is called thalassemia. Specific type, thalassemia beta intermedia. It's pretty common, especially in Mediterranean people. Usually only severe cases are properly diagnosed, since you can't really do more than iron infusions, blood transfusions, etc. Edit. Since some of you don't get it. Iron supplements don't work. I get a lot of iron infusions. I need meat to get a lot of iron in me, so I can absorb that minimal amount, because my doctor wants me to absorb as much as I can from food. I avoid processed meat, it's usually just a rare beef steak for me. AI, my fellow Mediterranean iron deficient redditor. My aunt was a vegetarian for health reasons. The day she got diagnosed with cancer, she went to In-N-Out. I was vegan for a year when I lived in a big city that had lots of inexpensive options for what one could eat. When I moved to a small town in beef country, the cost of good produce quadrupled, as did the cost of meat substitutes. I quickly learned that if I didn't eat whatever I could get my hands on, I would starve. So I started eating meat again. Some people say food deserts aren't real. They are. There are food deserts in my city. People with no transportation buy what they can get. We are several communities that only have convenience stores within walking or biking distance. No public transportation in my neck of the woods unless you are disabled.